Hazardous materials are substances that pose a risk to health, safety, and property during transportation. They can be found in various forms, including solids, liquids, and gases. The transportation of these materials is strictly regulated to prevent accidents and ensure public safety. The U.S. Department of Transportation has established guidelines that dictate how these materials should be identified, handled, and transported. One key aspect of these regulations is the use of placards on commercial motor vehicles. These placards serve as visual warnings to alert others about the potential dangers associated with the materials being transported. Placarding is essential for several reasons. First, it provides immediate information to emergency responders in the event of an accident. When first responders arrive at the scene, they need to quickly assess the situation to determine the appropriate actions to take. Placards help them identify the type of hazardous materials involved, allowing them to respond effectively and safely. Second, placarding helps ensure compliance with federal and state regulations. Commercial motor vehicle operators must adhere to specific requirements regarding the display of placards to avoid penalties and ensure safe transportation practices. Hazardous materials are classified into several categories based on their properties and potential risks. These categories include explosives, gases, flammable liquids, flammable solids, oxidizers, toxic substances, radioactive materials, and corrosives. Each category has specific characteristics that dictate how they should be handled and transported. For instance, flammable liquids must be stored and transported in a way that minimizes the risk of ignition, while corrosive materials require special containers to prevent leaks and spills. Understanding these categories is crucial for anyone involved in the transportation of hazardous materials. The design of hazardous material placards is standardized to ensure consistency and recognition. Each placard features a specific color and symbol that corresponds to the type of hazardous material being transported. For example, a placard with a red background and a flame symbol indicates a flammable substance, while a yellow placard with an exclamation mark signifies a general hazard. The use of these colors and symbols helps convey important information quickly and effectively, allowing individuals to recognize potential dangers at a glance. Additionally, the placards must be displayed prominently on all four sides of the vehicle for maximum visibility. Proper placement of placards on commercial motor vehicles is critical for ensuring their effectiveness. Placards should be affixed to the vehicle in a way that they are easily visible from all angles. This typically means placing them on the front, rear, and both sides of the vehicle. The height at which placards are displayed also matters. They should be positioned between 3 and 5 feet above the ground to ensure visibility. Furthermore, placards should be placed in a manner that does not obstruct other important markings or identifiers on the vehicle. This strategic placement is vital for both safety and compliance. The requirements for placarding hazardous materials are outlined in the Code of Federal Regulations. These regulations specify not only the types of placards that must be used, but also the conditions under which they must be displayed. For example, a vehicle transporting hazardous materials must display the appropriate placards if the materials exceed certain weight thresholds. Additionally, the regulations stipulate that placards must be durable and weather-resistant to withstand various environmental conditions. Operators must regularly inspect their placards to ensure they remain in good condition and are not faded or damaged. Training is a crucial component of hazardous material placarding. All personnel involved in the transportation of hazardous materials must receive proper training to understand the significance of placards and how to comply with regulations. This training typically covers topics such as identifying hazardous materials, understanding placard requirements, and knowing how to respond in case of an emergency. Regular refresher courses are also recommended to keep employees updated on any changes in regulations or best practices. Compliance with these training requirements not only enhances safety, but also helps organizations avoid legal repercussions. Failing to comply with hazardous material placarding regulations can lead to severe consequences. Organizations may face hefty fines, legal actions, and even the suspension of their operating licenses. In addition to financial penalties, non-compliance can result in increased liability in the event of an accident. If a vehicle is involved in a hazardous material spill or leak and is not properly placarded, the consequences can be catastrophic, leading to environmental damage, injuries, or even fatalities. Therefore, adhering to placarding regulations is not just a legal obligation. It is a moral responsibility to protect the community and the environment. As the transportation of hazardous materials continues to evolve, so do the regulations surrounding placarding. Recent developments have focused on enhancing safety measures and improving the clarity of information provided to emergency responders. For instance, there has been a push for more standardized symbols and colors to reduce confusion. Additionally, advancements in technology are being explored to improve the visibility and durability of placards. These developments aim to create a safer transportation environment for both workers and the public, reflecting the ongoing commitment to safety in the industry. In conclusion, hazardous material placarding plays a vital role in the safe transportation of dangerous substances. Understanding the importance of proper placarding, the types of materials, and the regulations involved is essential for anyone in the industry. Best practices include regular training for personnel, routine inspections of placards, and staying informed about regulatory changes. By following these guidelines, organizations can ensure compliance and contribute to a safer environment for everyone. The commitment to safety in hazardous material transportation is not just a regulatory requirement. It is a fundamental aspect of responsible business practices that protects lives and the environment.